Hey everyone, welcome to the Christmas Fair. It's Stephanie. Today I'm going to take you through my haul that I've collected over the last year of items from our local thrift stores. I live in the Rochester, New York area, and we have a few different thrift stores. We have Goodwill, we have Savers, and then there's a couple other small ones that are spaced out throughout our city. Most of the items I have today are from Savers. They seem to have a plethora of Christmas all year round, which is great if you're looking for holiday items in different times of the year. I noticed the best time to go is usually right after Christmas or in the summertime when people are doing their cleaning out. So the items I have, I remember most of the pricing for, so I will do my best to tell you what I paid for it. And if you're looking for something similar, check out your local thrift store. In this episode, I also wanted to share with you some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way when it comes to thrifting. I've only been thrifting for about the past year for Christmas items, but take a listen as you listen throughout the video, take some notes, and that way when you go thrifting, you'll know what to look for. So these guys are the first two that I purchased last summer, and I actually did not use them around the holidays, so I want to try and use them again this year. So I got this little elf guy. He was about $2.50. He was originally from Target because it has the Target Threshold brand on the bottom, but he was so cute and I wanted to add him to our collection because we have a ton of mugs, a handful that we use on a daily basis, but we don't have any holiday mugs. So I thought he was a perfect addition. And then we got this Santa mug, and he is a pretty good size. It's a pretty deep mug, and this one was also $2.50. There's no brand on the bottom, so I can't tell you where he came from originally, but he was very cute. I thought he'd be a nice addition to our collection. So the next item I have is a little serving tray. So this is food safe. It looks like it's from Kohl's based on the sticker. The brand is St. Nicholas Square. I'm gonna say I paid between $5 and $8 for this. I don't exactly remember the exact price, but I know it was under $10 because anytime I'm looking for home decor stuff at Savers or a thrift store, my goal per item is to be less than $10 per item. So this guy is very cute. We used him for some serving like cheese and crackers around the holidays. But this was a great addition. I don't really have a ton of Christmas servingware, so I thought this was perfect. It's still classic Christmas, but I can leave it out during the winter too if we're hosting a party over the winter. Okay, so for the next set, it's gonna be kind of noisy because it's multiple pieces in the set. So we found for $11 a set of dishes that all match together. They have the mugs, the bowls, the salad plates, and then they also have the dinner plates. So I got 4 mugs with this set. And I was looking for just a classic Christmas dish set because we've never really had Christmas dishes before. My husband and I have been together for 22 years, and I'm very surprised we've never thought about getting one before. I think because when we've done Christmas, it's always been with big parties and everything's always been disposable. But the last few years, we've been doing more Christmas kind of just with our family and our household, and we wanted something that we could keep for ourselves and not necessarily have to toss away each year. So the next pieces are the bowls. These are pretty small. I would say it's like a perfect little soup bowl size. These brand are the Gibson brand. And when you're looking for dishes at the thrift stores, one thing to remember, and I learned this when I was first starting to thrift for Christmas items, is you wanna make sure that the items that you're purchasing are free of lead, because a lot of the older dishes that sometimes get donated to the thrift stores can be laced with lead when it's the older style painting and before they found out that lead was dangerous. So I was actually at Savers. I was Googling the brand and finding out which ones were lead free. This Gibson brand, this looks like a newer type of dish, so maybe within the last 5 to 10 years. But it's microwave, oven, and dishwasher safe. And that's a big tell too if it's not hand painted with like a glaze or lead paint in it. A lot of times it'll just say hand wash only. That's a good tell too that it's probably has a lot of older paint and has some type of lead in it. But Gibson seems to be a good brand, but I did Google this pattern and I Googled the brand, and this one seems to be pretty safe to eat off of. This is I'm gonna say it's a dessert plate. I don't necessarily think it's a salad plate, and I will say I am probably the least formal person when it comes to servingware and dinnerware. We are not very formal people, and we are okay with that. But I really just wanted to get, kind of a fancy collection to have if we wanted to serve dinner on something that was a little bit nicer than just disposable stuff. So we do have a set of 4 of these. I am on the hunt for one more set of each piece, the dinner plate, the mug, the bowl, and this dessert plate. We are a family of 5, and it was very hard to find pieces that are in sets of 5. So if you guys are at thrift stores or you find this somewhere, I might even have to special order a piece, which will probably be way more than $11 that I paid for the whole set. I am on the hunt for, even if it's something similar to this, I want to kind of stay with just the classic tree, because that is something that I absolutely love. That's what a lot of my content is based on, is just classic Christmas trees or different styles of Christmas trees. So I think this is more considered a dessert plate. If anyone is more formal than I am and serves more formal wear, and there's special names for these, please leave them in the comments below. I'm very curious if I'm even using the right terms, but I think this one would definitely be a dessert plate. And last, this is the dinner plate. You can see that it's a pretty good size. I'm gonna guess it's about 10 to 12 inches. But I love that every piece has the matching, everything matches. Like I said, I'm on the hunt for one more set so we can have a complete set of 5. My next items I'm looking for would be probably going to be harder to find, are Christmas silverware. So if anyone has tips or places that they have found Christmas themed silverware, let me know. It could be any variety. I'm looking to add something so when we serve Christmas dinner, we can have the Christmas silverware to go with it. But I absolutely love this set, and I'll kind of show you guys the set put together. But these are Gibson brand. They're microwave dishwasher and oven safe, it says. So this is a complete set, and then it comes with the mug as well. So it's a 4-piece set, so you get 1 piece of each 4 times, and I paid $11 for this set. So when I found it, I had to jump on it. I will tell you, I was standing, like I said before, in the aisle for probably 45 minutes to an hour, just Googling and making sure I was getting one that was lead-free, because I was so paranoid about that. But this is probably one of my favorite pieces, and I bought this last summer. I was so gung-ho to use it, and then Christmas Day and Christmas Eve were so busy for us, I completely forgot to use it. We order Chinese every year on Christmas Day. Who forgot to pull out the Christmas dishes? By the time I realized it, I was so sad. So this will be a top priority to pull out to use on Christmas Day. We'll serve our Chinese food on it, and we will make sure that we get use of it. But again, it was only $11. My goal is to keep it for a really long time and then pass it down to my kids. But I absolutely love this set. It's probably one of my favorite things I found at Savers. Next item that I found at Savers was this big container of blue. I'm not sure what other color you would consider it, but I'm calling them blue ornaments. They're shatterproof ornaments. I think it was originally a Walmart brand. It was $5.49 at Savers, and it was $8.98 at Walmart, which I think is Walmart brand. I love this color. These are actually gonna go on the tree behind me for summer. We are doing a ocean theme Christmas tree this summer. And my goal is to have these, and then I have some turquoise bead garland that I'm gonna put around it. So I don't think we're even gonna use all the ornaments that came in here. This one looks like it's a set of 41. It's kind of an odd number, but I think the color will be great, because I didn't want something that was like royal blue or like patriotic blue. I wanted to do something kind of away from patriotic this year. But I love this color because to me, it's more of like an ocean blue, like a deep ocean blue. And then having the turquoise garland on the tree behind me, I think will be a good mix of summer colors. But yeah, $5.49, originally $9. I think that was a great buy. The next few items I'm gonna show you are artwork pieces that I found that mostly seem to be from Hobby Lobby or Kirkland's originally. And these were also Savers finds, not Goodwill. But my goal for the pieces I'm gonna show you are to eventually put up in an office or studio space that I'm hoping to get in the next year or so as our social media continues to grow and I keep making content. I do need some type of space because I'm currently in the corner of our living room, which I'm very lucky to have this space. But it would be nice to have a room that I can close it off to, have it be separate from everything else. So this piece was a Kirkland's find. It is like a thicker type of wood, but this one is $3.49 at Savers, and it's got the nice little peg there so that you could put your screw, you could just hang it on the wall. You don't have to deal with any wire or anything, but I really like this piece, and I kind of like the more rustic looking Christmas items, the more neutral tones. Now I say that, and then when I show you other items that I have for my Christmas, you're gonna be like, Stephanie, that is not neutral. But as far as my decor, like even in my house, a lot of my decor is wood based or it's wood tones. But I feel like this is a nice piece because it's got the reindeer and it's kind of Christmassy, but it's not in your face bright Christmas. I really like this one. It says get your jingle on. This one is a wood piece, and I don't think I have the price on this one anymore, but I want to say this one was around $2 to $3. This is a nice little piece. It's also got the little hanging material on the back, so you can just hang it on a screw. But I like this one because it's small. It's even small enough that if I wanted to put it on my desk when I'm recording, it'll be a cute little background piece. But I love this one, Get Your Jingle On. It's so cute, and I love that it's a little bit sparkly on the side, but it's still the wood material, so to me it has a little bit of a rustic, but a little bit of sparkle too. This next one I fell in love with because it looks vintage. It's definitely not vintage to begin with, but it was a steal at $4.99. It is a canvas. I think this one was originally, I want to say Hobby Lobby, but it doesn't quite look like Hobby Lobby's aesthetic. But for $4.99, they had 2 of them. I probably someday will go back and see if they have the second one. So it just says to Santa Claus North Pole, and it's just like a cute little postcard. But I love this one because it looks vintage and it's a nice, I feel like it's a bigger wall piece. So if I am trying to cover up some wall space or just fill in wall space so the studio or office space doesn't look empty, it will definitely give it a little bit of a vintage vibe. I'm loving vintage Christmas, and I just recently learned that vintage is like anything over 20 to 25 years old, which makes me feel old because I graduated in 05. So hearing that anything 05 and before is vintage just pulls at my heartstrings a little bit. So I love that this one is, to me, looks truly vintage from like the 40s and 50s style postcards. But this one's a favorite, and it was a steal at $4.99. This next one is Farm Fresh Christmas Trees, and this one is a Walmart find at Savers, and it still has that rustic vibe that I really like, and it was only $3.49. So this is a, I would say, medium-sized piece, and I'm guessing it was brand new and the person just got rid of it because it still has the covered hardware on the back, so that's kind of nice that it was pretty much brand new and the person donated it. But I love this one. It's the rustic look. It's kind of a medium piece. I don't want to go too big with some of the pieces, but I want to have a few pieces. That way, when I do get into a space where I can record more, I have a good setup and it's, you know, sticks with the theme, and I can move these pieces around. They're very lightweight. This one was originally $7.98 at Walmart, but I think it's another steal for $3.49. Okay, this next one was a Hobby Lobby find originally at $22.99. And I found this one for $5.49. I think this was probably the most expensive wall piece one that I have. But I really like this one. I'm not super religious, but I do believe in some higher power than all of us, whether it be Christ or the universe. But I love that the reason behind Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ. So I thought this would be a great addition. It's very rustic. I love the star, and then I love having the manger scene here. So I feel like this is a great add. And this one's a little bit of a bigger piece compared to the other ones that I got. So I feel like it'll be a good addition to the studio or office space that I eventually set up. And again, I think all together with all 5 pieces, I maybe spent $20 to $25. So if you guys are on a budget like we are, and you're looking for pieces to add to your home, Savers, I don't know if you guys have a Savers in your area, but even Goodwill, and this video is not sponsored, try to find some of those places because I found all these wall pieces in their wall decor section. It was not in their Christmas section. So it's a great place to look at thrift stores. Even if you have, sometimes they have Ronald McDonald House sales in our area, and they'll have a lot of Christmas stuff for sale. But these, I mean, I'm so happy I found everything for under $25. That way, if something changes and I don't use these, I can, you know, donate them or give them to a friend or hang them up in my kids' room. But I love that it was $25 or less to get all these art pieces. So the next piece that I have here is actually not a thrift store find, but it is an after Christmas at Hallmark find for 80% off. I got this, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas storybook for $9, which was a steal. I saw it full price at another store around Christmas. I want to say it was between $30 and $40. But I absolutely love this because it is a pop-up. It's also storytelling. So if you pull the little tab here, plug in the batteries, it will storytell as you flip through. And I love that you can flip through and it will play the music, and it's a pop-up. So I think this is really cute. It's so sweet. And then this one, try to go through the whole thing for you guys. It's not too many pages. I think it's about 4 or 5 pages. But this is something that we read every Christmas. My girls are older, but I am one of those parents that we will still read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas until they're too old to be living here. But I love the look of this book, and we have the smaller version that I had when I was a kid, but I love that we have this version now that we can just replace the batteries every year, and it's more of a fun pop-up version. But that's another place to check if you're hunting for decor or things that are Christmassy. Hallmark After Christmas has some really good deals, and like I said, I found this one, I'm gonna say in February, for 80% off. Like I said, I got it for $9, great find. The next items I'm gonna show you, I really wanna know your opinions in the comments, because my husband found this first piece at Goodwill, and he found it for $13. He sent me a picture of it, and he's like, Steph, you have got to wear this when I get it for you. I fell in love with it, although, I mean, I like wearing my Christmas stuff, but I'm a little self-conscious to wear this. I do have to have it tailored. But he found a Christmas suit. I absolutely love this. Now, I will only wear something like this if we have like an event to go to. It is a men's suit, and I think it's a European men's size because I fit into it fine. It must be for maybe like a shorter man, I'm not quite sure, but it's in European sizes, so I have no idea like what the American size would be, but it's just a little boxy on me, so I am gonna get it tailored, and I have pants for it that I kind of want to turn into a skirt, but I also like the idea of pants and then wearing like a black set of boots with it. But I fell in love with this, and it does come with a tie. I probably won't wear the tie because I'll probably do like a tank top or something underneath, but I love this so much. When he sent it, I thought it was for him, and then he brought it home. He's like, oh no, it's for you. So I was really excited. It was in great shape. I absolutely love the way it looks. It's definitely, if we're going to a fun Christmas party, this will be what I wear. But I just have to get it tailored. So this was another find, $13 at Goodwill. It's another place you can check is the clothing section. They usually have a ton of Christmas items if you're looking for Christmas sweater collection. I think I found some sweaters. They were all $10 or less. I think one of them might have been $11, but the clothes section at these stores just has a plethora of Christmas items. The other two pieces that I found that were from Savers is this cute little dress. I thought this would be cute for the holidays if we go to another Christmas party, if I'm meeting people for events and stuff, and some of my other real life work that I do is for Christmas as well. So I thought this would be a cute addition, and it's kind of like a sweater knit material. And then this one I absolutely love. It's got these cute little sleeves on it, and then it's just kind of like a straight down style dress. It goes to the knee length, but I thought this was really cute, and this would be a fun addition to my wardrobe around Christmas time. Again, if we go to an event, I think this is a really cute addition, and this reminded me of a Christmas tree, so I'm like, this is absolutely perfect. I think this one was about 16 or 15, and then the other red knit one was about, I'm gonna say 11 or 12, so not too bad. All right, I saved the best for last. This guy was a $6.49 find at Savers. Now, I can't really tell if this is more meant for Valentine's Day. I did find this in March, but I think this is a great wall piece or piece that can go on the door to whatever studio or office I might have. I might even put it on our front door, I can't decide. But I absolutely love how glittery and shiny this is. So when I said before I love rustic, I do love rustic. Rustic is like my favorite style. Not necessarily farmhouse, just more of like a rustic is what I tend to go toward. But if I'm doing the studio, I wanted to also have a little bit of sparkle, and I thought this was a great find. I want to say this was either a Kirkland's originally, or it was a Target find originally, because I feel like I've seen this guy at Target before. But $6.49, and I can tell you by the weight of it, there's no way that this was $6 in the store. This must have been, I'm gonna guess, between 30, 40, maybe 50. It's pretty heavy. It does have the wires in the back as well. So you can hang it really at any point, but it's definitely a heavier piece. But again, when I saw it and it was only $6, I'm like, this is a steal. And this is what I would eventually like to add to my studio or office space if I ever get that set up, but $6.49, you can't beat that. Well, I hope this inspired you if you're looking for Christmas items and you're looking to decorate your home but on a budget. So Savers has become my new favorite place to check out for Christmas items. I'm there usually, I would say at least once a month, if not twice a month now, just checking things out, seeing what's on sale. And Savers, and I'm not sure if Goodwill does it too, but they have a week where certain color tags are another discount off of the regular price. So you can find things for even cheaper than what they normally would be. But I also wanted to give you guys this tip. I'm no expert at thrifting by any means, but I noticed that if I stick to the suburbs that have the Savers and Goodwill, they tend to have nicer items that are in better condition versus ones that are closer to like our downtown area. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little haul today. I love when you guys comment on stuff you love and tips that you have. So I really hope you guys found this information helpful as far as thrifting, or it inspired you to go thrifting for your own Christmas items. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Merry Christmas.